how has the CFAA initiative impacted the community of Concho?
I've seen it provide multiple projects that have improved interaction for people to meet each other. One example that I saw as being a new person in the area, they had what they called a lunch and leisure, where people would get together for lunch and then they'd do a promotion of maybe health services or something like that, that would provide people in the community information about the services that are available to them. And the one thing that was nice about that, when I had been involved in other communities, it was always seniors. This one had been opened up to anybody of any age, so the parents could come if they had kids in school. They could find out about things. They also got that interaction with the seniors and other people in the community so that they could share services, ideas, and learn more about what is available in the area. Again, the lunch and leisure, I think, allowed community change because people got to know each other. We're pretty spread out in this area, and so it's hard to meet people. And through that interaction, there have been ideas that have been created, businesses that have been created, or interaction between two businesses. I've seen, we're involved in a senior community, an assisted living, and there was a group that did health-based medicine, so naturopaths and that sort of thing. So they came out and worked with some of our clients. So it helped better their business and helped some of our clients as well. Well, some of the unexpected benefits, at least for me personally, is I get the interaction with some kids. My kids have grown up and they're gone and they're not in this area. And so I miss that interaction. And for example, they have a pancake breakfast and an Easter egg hunt. So I get to go and get involved and get to know some of the kids and help some of the parents too, because they have several kids and it's hard to keep track of them all. So we, help the kids look for eggs, and they help us by just helping serve the breakfast and all of that.
Concho is a very old community, probably, I think it started in the mid-1800s, and it was a sheep ranching area, and they would have drives of sheep all the way from Concho to Holbrook, which is about 50 miles, because the railroad is in Holbrook, and I believe Concho had the first bank in Apache County, so it was a booming community, but then it kind of shrank. I think the major impact the CFAA initiative has had on Concho is to decrease isolation of the area, because Concho is a 500 square mile area, very rural, very spread out, and then there's a small area of population, which is where we are at this point. And nobody was in touch with each other. Nobody knew what was going on. And we developed a newsletter that is sent out free of charge to all residents, and that's about 1,100 people. And that way they know what's going on. We apprise them of all of the services available to them, all of the resources available to them, and that's been a major impact in Concho, along with the community center that we had. And we had programs for all ages. We had an after-school program, we had a lunch and leisure that primarily focused on older people. We had all kinds of clubs going on, the Hook and Needle Club, Alternative Energy Club, we had tie-dye going on, and that involved all ages in all of those areas. So it was wonderful to bring people together. There was never anything like that before. There have been several events. I'm not sure that it's easy to pick out one of those. One of the things that we started was an annual pancake breakfast and Easter egg hunt at the school, and that was in cooperation with the school. And gradually that evolved over time so that the school took it over, and now they're running it exclusively. But all ages, again, are involved there because the children are serving as waitresses and waiters, and they're doing the whole thing themselves. And our intention was to give this away someday, and it just happened automatically. And people are involved from all ages, all throughout the community. It's really been fantastic. People seem to be more involved in the community. I don't think people were involved in the community prior to this. They all went their separate ways. But because of all of the programs and the activities that we put together with CFAA in mind, people have come together and have formed relationships and groups that never before existed in Concho. One of the unexpected benefits you can view right behind me with the building that is painted and says United We Stand. We started the Concho Memorial Day Parade 8 years ago, and this was our 8th parade this year. And all ages are involved in that from every aspect. The Lions Club brought a bunch of children from the school, came here to prepare the park, do repairs, do painting, and the kids did that. And they got so excited about it that, and it turned out so well. When I drove by the park and I saw what they did, I said, wow. So that was very unexpected, but it was terrific. We've always wanted a mural, and there it is.
I think that it has done a lot to bring the community together. We have a lot of community events. We've had our parade, and when we were at our original building, we had all kinds of activities for children, and I think it just has brought the community closer together. Just for an example is the program that I started, which is the Hook and Needle program, and we've had children and older people and middle-aged people come. People from even other communities have come to this group. And I think it has brought the ladies closer together, and we've kind of bonded, and we kind of help each other out and know what's going on in the community and where the needs are, and I think that has really helped. Well, like I said, like our parade has brought people together, all ages. The children are in the parade, and there was games afterwards for the children, and I think it just brings all of them together more.
Actually, that organization has, through Concho Can, has provided many things for the children and the adults in our community. We have several events through Concho Can that are held here at the school, like our annual holiday bazaar. And our students become very involved with that, as do many people in the community. At one point in time, we also had an after-school program that, due to funding and lack of volunteers, Concho Can was unable to continue with, but it was very beneficial. It was a place for our children in this community to go after school and have a place to use computers, to play games, to listen to music, and there was a lot of things provided through them. And we would bus them from the school to go to the after-school program. So that was a wonderful thing that was provided. And we've also had events at the Concho Valley Lions Park that Concho Can has coordinated with the Lions Club and community members to make things available for our children in the community and our adults. I think one of the biggest things we've seen just recently was at our Concho Valley Lions Park. We've tried to figure out ways to keep the children from wanting to be more involved instead of, I mean, in today's age, children tend to want to vandalize things, get into trouble, because we live in a rural area where the kids don't have a lot to do, and unfortunately you find that there is that vandalism going on. So we came up with, through Concho Can and the Concho Valley Lions, having the children take part ownership in the park, and I know you've visited there and seen the painting, and that was just recently done, and we have found for the last several months since that was done, we're not having the vandalism, and maybe that is something that is working, having the children take part ownership, which we plan on having something this fall again through the school, through Concho Can and through the Lions Club, and making the children do painting and something that will show that they have ownership in the park. We also at the Holiday Bazaar had our student council, and it is sponsored through Concho Can, the Holiday Bazaar. Our student council had a booth and took part in being at the Holiday Bazaar this year, selling hot chocolate and coffee. And so making the children become more involved with events that aren't normally, well, normally you would think adults being part of it, but we're trying to bring the children into being part of these things, and hopefully that'll make a difference in their lives and what they give to the community. I'm not real sure about, other than we are trying to make the children interact with the adults. I think we need more of that. Our goal is to have not just a senior center at the park. We have the property there, and that's been one of our longtime goals. A senior center is a senior center, and if we don't involve the children and let them be a part of, I don't think we're doing what's needed to be done for the whole community. So our goal has been for years to have the Lions Club, Concho Can, Concho Elementary School, which is the hubs of this community. It's what we have here in this little small area, have them be a part of. And so I think our goal to continue with trying to bring that community center to the park and have it built someday there will be what we see, the final end result of making your retired people, your working people, and your children of this community come together, so we can strive to have more events there. And the park, the school is a hub, is a big hub of this community, and we have a lot of events here, more than we've ever had, and we're striving toward that. But the park as an outside place to bring everybody to that area, it's not much, and we're struggling, and we've struggled to keep it going. But as a member of the Lions Club for the past almost 15 years, even though I don't have any small children anymore, I feel it's important to keep that going. Well, I see you have so many adults get in a mindset that they don't want to be bothered with the kids. Adults tend to, especially you get retired people, and they start pulling away, and they start losing that, I mean, because they're not interacting with the children, so they start pulling away and forgetting that the children are the future of what this community will continue to be. And so I have always felt that kids and the adults need to continue to interact. And through the school, we have a grandparents program where we bring them in on Grandparents' Day. And some of them are just adopted grandparents. They don't really have grandkids in this school. And through the school, I've seen that trying to keep that connection with the adults and the kids, and even the kids in our rural area, a lot of kids don't have family here, don't have grandparents here, aunts and uncles, or they've come to this area to live, and other than their immediate family, or they're living with a grandparent. And it's a unique situation here because we are in this very rural area and have a lot of poor families in this area. So I think anytime you can bring the adults and children together, even if they're not family related, will be very important. And I think the adults as much as the kids, they need that connection. They really do. They need that connection.